Did you finish eating?
Yeah, I'm just eating my fries.
Okay. So you're gonna go live also from this. But yeah. We're just gonna wait for a few viewers and for I guess for you to come back.
Oh, they're from separate accounts.
Yeah, this is a Luis Saito, and that's our Saito page.
Oh.
Hi, Diana.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good?
Sick
Sick?
still.
I think it's the allergy.
I have allergies and I feel sick.
Yeah.
I've been like this for like 3 weeks.
Me
Well,
too.
I
Like a
took my
month.
daughter, Leah, and took Leah to Nuevo Laredo to Misael Rodriguez. I'm going to give, what is it called? Free advertisement. I took, Leah, was it yesterday? Yes. And he says that since there's a very high volume of pollen, it seems like you're sick. And that's what Leah had, so he gave her a shot. Leah, she just got the shot 30 minutes later. She was like, perfect. So yeah, stupid allergies. Okay, so are we girls ready? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
If
so
you hear Alessandra crying, I'm sorry.
okay, so here we are. This is Teacher Domi from our Zapata Highway location, and Miss Diana Venegas, owner also of Jacaman location. So-
Hello, everyone.
Hello. La más guapa, dice el señor Miguel Venegas.
Ay, gracias.
Okay, so we're gonna get started, guys. So,
All right, guys. So, welcome to Saito Live TV. My name is Hiromi Saito. We're here with Diana Venegas, and I'm gonna ask her a few questions so we can get to know our instructors just a little bit better. Since we're growing and we're the biggest school in Laredo, we have
Texas.
many instructors that we want you guys to get to know a little bit more every single time. All right, so Miss Diana.
wait, can you guys get a little bit closer? Very perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So, tell me about your Taekwondo journey. How did you decide that you wanted to take the first step into learning what is this beautiful Taekwondo martial art?
Seriously? Well, it started because, you want the truth?
Yes.
I started Taekwondo because the South School was opening up. So we went to the demo because I know Mike from high school, so we went. He invited me to go. We went to see the demo. And after the demo, I liked it, but like it wasn't something that I had never thought. Like it never crossed my mind to join. So after seeing everything and going over to the counter, like to check the registration process and all that stuff, we were thinking of signing up my two kids, Miguel, Mikey, and Nina. And they told us that there was a promotion that you could get 3 people and you would get a better price. So Nina was crying, she didn't want to join. And obviously, like every Mexican that wants to get the promotion, I was like, but maybe I should join, you know, like maybe I just so that I won't pay more or that I can take advantage of the special that's going on, I can just join myself.
And this was,
I was-
what, 6 years
It
ago?
was actually 9 years ago.
9 years ago, guys.
Yeah, because the South opened.
2011.
My son was born 2011. No, 2011. Yes.
So 2011.
I had just given birth
8
to
years
Brandon.
ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to join. Honestly, I didn't want to join because it was not something that I really wanted to do. I've always been kind of active, but I had never done any type of sports, any type of running. I didn't do anything. Like I had done aerobics maybe 3 months and then quit. And I was big in size, like bigger. And obviously I didn't want to do anything. And then Mike was telling me, no, que you're gonna lose weight, and then there's this girl, and that time it was Julie's mom, Lillian. She was like, no, she lost this much weight, and she participated in the demo. So I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, she was big, and then she lost a lot of weight during the cardio and then the classes, and I don't know, you could just do it for cardio. And I'm like, but I got convinced to join, and that's where we signed up to join.
Okay,
That's where it all started.
so you did mention about your family. We're going to talk a little bit about your family. You mentioned that you wanted to register your 2 kids, and then Nina didn't want to join at the beginning. So how did you convince your family to get into Taekwondo?
My husband, Miguel, he had done Taekwondo when he was back in Mexico. He was, I don't know, 14, 15, and he did Taekwondo for about 3 years before he came over to the US. So he had a past in Taekwondo.
Yeah.
So when he heard about it, he was interested. Thus, he joined Taekwondo. So he joined Taekwondo, Mikey joined, and I joined. Nina didn't want to join, so we excluded her from the package. And then the first 2 weeks, I would say, she was just outside in the lobby watching us, and she was like, I want to go. It's because she was afraid. She was afraid because she saw the kicking and the sparring, the demo, and she was afraid to join because
She thought it was going to be that. Yeah.
She was just afraid. So after seeing us practice and stuff, she was like, I want to join. So that's when she came aboard.
So let me tell you guys a little something about Diana and her family. Every single one of them has a black belt under them. So Miguel, Diana, Mikey, Nina, and their youngest son Lobo, all of them have become black belts now with us. So that's awesome. Not everybody does it. So how long have you been training for? You did mention you started in 2011. But how long have you been doing Taekwondo, and how much easier has it gotten, or is it getting harder, or what's the deal with that?
Well, at first, I didn't want to do sparring. I just wanted to do cardio. But then when they told us about the sparring, I was like, maybe it's just an extra exercise. So we started in January, and we started sparring in March. We started sparring, and obviously I was very heavy, so it was very hard for me to move, to pick up my legs, to do stuff like that. And it was very complicated because I was very, very obese. And but one thing that I guess it's in me, like I don't like to quit. Even if it gets tough, even if it's really hard, I don't like to quit. So I just kept trying. And what was I gonna say?
That's how it
started. And then the following year, that we were gonna go to the first year we didn't go to nationals because obviously we were beginners. Well, not me, right, but the kids. And then the following year they were gonna go to nationals. So we started running with them and doing a little more cardio. And I remember that on the Saturday class, they would take us run, and I couldn't even run like a block before I was dying. Like I would run half a block and I was dying. I was out of breath because I couldn't do it. Obviously, it was not easy. It was not easy. But after the first year that I started sparring, and then the second year came around, I lost like 50 pounds. Obviously, taking care of my diet and exercising, and I lost a lot of weight, and it helped me build more confidence in myself. It helped me do more than what I could do at the beginning, and it got kind of hard, like going from beginner to intermediate and then advanced. It was hard, but since I kept going, I didn't stop. I didn't want to stop training, so since I kept going, I can't say it was easy.
The transition was easier. A little bit easier.
It was just a little bit easier to keep going because I didn't stop. I think if I would have stopped halfway and come back, it would have been harder.
So then, you did mention that it helped you physically, lose weight and your self-esteem and you got the courage to continue and that you're not a quitter. So you don't like quitting stuff. So that's one of the things that Taekwondo has helped you with. Now tell me about competing. Did you ever go and compete? Did you ever try a tournament? Was it hard for you? And what do you, some advice that you have for our students out there that are barely taking that first step into competition?
I didn't compete. I didn't get to that level. The first time I decided I wanted to go to state, I was a red belt.
Yeah, that's right.
I was a red belt, and
You didn't
There
have
was no one,
competitors.
right?
and there was no competitors. So when I went, I was all nervous, and but I was ready. Like, you know, because I had trained a lot, and I was prepared to go and fight.
Yeah.
But then I got there, and there was no one to fight. So it kind of like brought me down. Like, like I can't do it.
So let me ask you this: would you try it again?
I would. I think it's just a little harder right now because right now that we're working with our school, it's
The
very
focus is
complicated.
on them.
Yeah, it's more complicated to train.
Yeah.
I do train, but it's not the same as I used to. Because
Yeah.
before I was dedicated to training, and now sometimes I'm training and I have to watch over other
The other
kids or
kids,
the other
exactly.
people to see what they're
And we
doing.
completely understand exactly how that feels.
Yeah.
So now you're partnered. Don't judge. So now you're a partner with us. Now you own your own Jacobin School. Tell us a little bit about the business life. I know that there's kids out there that are, getting out of high school. They don't know what to do. They don't know what career to take. Tell us a little bit about your business and how's it going and how hard it is, or is it growing and stuff like that?
At first, it was like something that, it was a dream come true, because when we were almost getting our black belts, we had talked about it, like I don't know, like you talk to a friend, like, oh, maybe we should do this, but it wasn't something real. It was just like out there, you know?
Maybe one day.
Yeah, and then when we finally got our black belts, and then we were thinking towards that, but it was hard, like to finally decide and let's do this. It was a preparation for that, but like it was like all of a sudden let's do it. Let's get ready. Let's prepare. Miguel as an instructor. That's when he started. We talked to Luis, and he started. He started helping out
At Shiloh.
Shiloh. Everything changed from there because we started in the South. Everybody started in the South, like all my family, and then we all of a sudden moved to train in Shiloh and help in Shiloh, and it was just like something very different, but it was rewarding. I mean, we learned a lot. We learned from different teachers because we were used to just seeing Teacher Noni and sometimes Teacher Wicho, but like just
Me, it was Monday
the
through
Tuesdays,
Friday.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it was different because now we could see other kids, we could see other fighters, other instructors. It was challenging. When we finally decided to open up and find a location, I don't know why, it was just like something that we saw that place, and I would go around the same place over and over, and like it's like
It was like
that
meant to be.
location. It was meant to be. And when we finally made the deal and started up, it was very complicated because like any business, you start up and it's like,
You don't know what
now
you're doing.
what?
Yeah.
Like the Finding Nemo movie, like, okay, we're free, now what?
Yeah.
Like that, like, where do we start? But we started out, and at first it was tough because we didn't have enough kids. We had like 5, 7, 10, 11, and then like all of a sudden we started getting more people interested, and we started getting more people to join, and it was like going back to the beginning, like
It really is.
like finding out ourselves in another place. Like when we started out, because when we started in the South, it was us, the beginners, like the first ones there, and it was really interesting.
You guys were the first generation there.
Yeah.
The first generation of black belts there. So, this question repeated twice. Let's skip it. So, now, as many of you know, Diana is Nina Venegas' mom. Nina is right now, she's ranked #1 in our country. Nina, she's been going constantly, you know, every month at least, going to a different tournament, having to make weight. So tell us about your journey with Nina from beginning to where she's at right now. And this is where I tell you, right? Go.
What?
So go,
What was
talk.
the question? No, I'm just kidding.
Tell us about Nina.
Well, like I said before, Nina didn't want to join. She started fighting with us when we were yellow stripe belts.
Yeah.
The first competition that she went to, I think she was a yellow belt or orange belt. Beginner, still beginner. And the first fights, she was crying her heart out. She couldn't bear like getting kicked. She would cry out that she didn't want to fight. She would call teacher annoying names because you lied to me.
Yeah,
you told
she'd
me it
call me
was
a
just
liar.
a fight, and she didn't want to fight. She cried at every tournament. She didn't want to be left alone. When the first time we went to state, it was the same thing. I was like, go into the holding area. I don't want to go. I'm scared, and I'm this and that.
I'm gonna call the cops.
Yeah, oh my God, you can't imagine all the things she's told us during all this time. At first, it was like that. I would say the first 2 years,
Right around.
maybe.
Right around till she was like maybe a blue belt, green blue belt.
Yeah, like a blue belt. And then after that, I mean, the first year or year and a half or so was very tough because she was very afraid. She couldn't.
Are they just filming for the videos? Because they're getting inspired. Are they just filming for the video or for the class?
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, there's something separate.
And yes.
The first year was very tough.
It was very tough. After that, that she started competing. She started going into when I think it was when she got her black belt. After she was black belt, that's when she started doing more stuff like going to trainings. The first thing,
Seminars.
Seminars. I think the first trip that she took was by herself. Chicago. She went with Master Luis and a couple of students, like 7 or 8 more students.
Which was the Pan American Open.
It was the Pan American Open. She went on her own. She had never gone anywhere without me. She did good. I mean, she got her first place. I don't know. It was just something different. After that, she came back. She was just 8 years old, I think, if I'm not mistaken. She was 8. She went alone with them. And then when they came back, I think that's when they went to San Luis Potosí, Querétaro, and Aguascalientes, to Pan American Opens, to Mexico Opens. And it was very hard for me. Like at first it was like, God, she's leaving, you know, like she's leaving on her own, and it's like
scary.
It's scary because you're always thinking like, what if something happens and this and that. And Miguel was even worse. He's more nervous than I am, and he was worried. He was more worried than I was.
Ay, San Miguel.
Sí, muy preocupón. And going into Mexico was worse. It was like, va a ir allá sola y que hay mucho peligro. But she went, and everything went well. Thank God, everything went fine. She won first places and all of that, and all of those stuff. Then after that came bigger responsibilities into going into cadets. I think that was the hardest part of everything. I don't know. It's like they become teenagers and everything gets worse. Everything gets tougher. Making weight, it was like I can't do this. She would have a hard time making weight. At first, because she was having a hard time getting her right food, like we learned how to eat properly with Ricardo Luna, si está por ahí.
Yeah.
He helped us a lot. And at first, I know we had some doubts, and we, like everybody else, like, you know, like we're used to some things, and then all of a sudden everything changes, and it's kind of difficult. But she has learned a lot. I don't know. At times she would get mad at me. She would call me names, maybe worse than she would call Noni, or she would call Huicho. She wanted to call the cops on Huicho during state and nationals. It was just really hard.
Nationals in Utah.
Nationals in Utah was just horrible. It was like,
But the pressure, it comes from the pressure. It comes from the bigger the tournament, the more the pressure, the more responsibility. And I can tell you, when Nina was small, when Jimena and Marifer were where Nina's at right now,
Sorry, guys. There's a lot of noise in the back.
she was really motivated by Jimena and by Marifer, and she would push herself. And like how I told Nina now she's in those shoes. So now the pressure is there for her, like how it was for Jimena, Marifer, and everybody else. So we completely understand why, you know, the anger comes out and I'm gonna call the cops, or Mom, you don't love me. This is, you know, I'm suffering. But in the back, we push her because it's gonna make her better, not just in Taekwondo, but as a person and in overall, right? So I will tell you that from experience, that Nina is a different person now than she was then. What about her self-esteem? You know, what can you advice that you can give parents that their kids want to quit, that their kids don't want to cut weight, or they feel like weight is not important, or the parents that are just at the verge of giving up, you know, because it is tiring because of the pressure of their children? What advice do you give them as a elite mother of an elite athlete? What can you give them?
At first, when we started dieting or eating properly, my mom, like her grandma, Nina's grandma, would be like, pobrecita mi hija, no le dan de comer, que no le da su sopita.
Típica abuelita.
Que no le da sus
Oye,
tortillas de
creo que aquí están tus cuñadas viendo,
Pero ellas saben. Y no le dan de comer a mi hija, y pobrecita se va a desmayar y no va a poder y se va a poner débil.
Y claro, Nina diciéndole, o sea, su versión.
Pero pienso que esto es algo muy, ¿qué es la palabra? Normal.
Yeah.
Porque no me quiero ir racista, pero típico mexicano es de que el niño tiene que comer bien, que se eche sus tortillas de harina con sus frijoles
es que creo
y que todo.
Creo que hay una línea entre un niño normal y un atleta.
Yeah.
Nina dejó de ser una niña normal desde que tenía, yo creo, 8 años, un poquito menos.
7, 8 años.
7, 8 años, dejó de ser una niña normal para convertirse en un atleta.
De alto rendimiento.
Y de alto rendimiento. Entonces, una persona normal, te comes una hamburguesa sin sentirte mal. Te tomas una soda regular, te comes unas papas fritas.
Coke Zero, guys. Coke Zero.
Pero un atleta de alto rendimiento es de que me voy a comer mi pechuga, mi porción de pechuga que me toca, con mi ensalada, con mis vegetales, y es algo que empiezas a disfrutar también. Nina ahorita tiene todavía, como todos, tenemos de repente tentaciones de que queremos una nieve, de que queremos algo diferente, pero la mentalidad cambia, o sea, sí cambia mucho la persona en el enfoque en que tienes. O sea, ahorita Nina, ella se cocina sola, Ella hace su comida, sus camarones, su pollo, sus champiñones, sus cejotes, sus green beans.
Green beans.
Like, she cooks for herself.
Which is something that not every
kid
Kid
her
do,
age,
yeah.
not every 13-year-old does.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody. And I tell you because I have Mikey, he's not in the same thing, and he doesn't cook himself. Like,
Yeah.
he might cook an egg or something, but that's it.
yeah.
And right now, and I think I was talking to you about it a couple of days ago. What if we would have given up on her
Yeah.
when she would cry? She wouldn't have gotten this far. She
Yeah.
wouldn't have done all these things. She wouldn't have gone to Korea. She
Yeah.
wouldn't have been part of the national
USA
team.
National team.
If we would have quit back then, like if we would have heard her cry, like, no, déjala, pobrecita mija que ya no pelee.
Yeah.
O ya tráela porque está llorando. I've always
Brandon.
considered myself to be a tough person. And that includes being a tough mother. And
Brandon. Sorry, guys. Hijo, ese niño, los papás. Es my
Mi
nephew.
hijo. Mi hijo,
And
déjenlo.
one advice I would give the parents is never quit on your kids, because they might want to quit, but if you quit on them, it's like just teach them how to quit, how to be quitters.
Can you say that in Spanish? Because I know there's some people here, that also are saying that they would like to have this interview in Spanish. Pero eso es lo que...
Oh, I'm sorry, I should have done
No,
both.
está bien.
Okay.
Puedes decir lo que acabas de decir en español para los papás que están aquí viendo.
Never quit on your
que,
kids.
así que los niños pueden rendirse, pero nosotros como padres nunca debemos de rendirnos a nuestros hijos. Eso significa, para mí, en mi forma de verlo, es de que si mi hijo quiere rendirse en hacer algo, en lograr algo, y si yo me rindo de apoyarlo, si yo me rindo en motivarlo, eso es como que no te importa. O sea, te deja de importar tu hijo, te deja de importar lo que tu hijo puede lograr por cosas que no valen la pena. O sea, yo sé que es difícil, para mí ha sido muy difícil todo esto, por muchas cosas, por la familia, por lo económico. Hay muchos factores que se interponen entre lograr muchas cosas grandes, y son cosas que yo le digo a Nina. Ahorita estamos en todo esto envueltos por el taekwondo, pero en un futuro a ti nada te va a impedir lograr una carrera, lograr grandes cosas en tu vida. Son problemas que pasamos, como decíamos, como decimos aquí nosotros, nuestro peor enemigo es la pesa en el taekwondo, porque la pelea siempre se les hace no fácil, pero es algo que sabes hacer, y el cuidarte de tu alimentación, el peso, es lo más complicado. En la vida pasa igual, o sea, tenemos muchos problemas, tenemos situaciones que nos impiden llegar hasta nuestras metas, y si dejamos que esos problemas nos ataquen y nos gobiernen, que nos ganen, pues nunca vamos a lograr nada. Entonces, si nosotros nos rendimos a nuestros hijos, if we give up on our kids, what is there for them to do?
Claro, and that's really, really good advice. And it's something that newer parents, it's something that you guys should listen. It's very easy to give up, and I've always said it to other parents that register. Aquí los que se rinden son los niños. Nuestros papás, me, Mike, Huicho, Coquis, nunca no nos daban la opción. And look at what we've built from the ground up. Y creo que Nina, Mikey, Lobo, que se van contigo a ayudar desde chicos, va a ser más fácil para ellos, ¿cómo te digo? To become someone. right?
lograr cosas
lograr
grandes.
cosas, ser alguien importante.
Y más que nada, pienso que hay que enseñarles de que la vida no es fácil.
Exacto.
O sea, es muy fácil, como estás diciendo, es muy fácil rendirse, o sea, y también como le digo, el niño dice que no quiere, pero el papá le está dando la opción de que se rinda.
Yeah.
¿Y qué va a pasar? O sea, y lo hemos dicho con los papás de que te vas a un trabajo, si te cae mal fulanita, ya te vas a salir de tu trabajo porque te cae gorda o gordo, pues no, o sea, la vida no es fácil, o sea, y cualquiera te lo puede decir, la vida no es fácil. Aquí hay que,
Darle
lo
duro.
voy a decir bonito, hay que darnos, o sea, golpes en la vida para seguir.
sobresalir.
O sea, todos piensan que cada quien ha tenido un ejemplo. En lo personal, mi padre, me va a poner emocional, pero es que alguien te enseñe que no te des por vencida. Pienso que es lo importante. O
Claro.
sea, aquí, o sea, muchos apoyan a Nina. Y Nina, o sea, refiriéndome a Nina, porque Nina ha batallado mucho. Yo personalmente la he visto llorar, tirarse al piso. Literalmente la tenemos que estirar, de que dale, correr a Diana, salte Diana, deja a tu hija sola. Y es muy complicado. Y hay que enseñarles a nuestros hijos, o sea, a nuestro futuro. O sea, no específicamente a nuestros hijos, o sea, el futuro de nuestro mundo, o sea,
Sí, claro.
enseñarles de
Y
que es
algo,
difícil.
algo que dijiste muy importante, cuando corremos a Diana, cuando nos peleamos o no peleamos, discutimos con Diana sobre algo de Nina, sobre algo de sus hijos, no es en lo personal, no es de que no me cae ella como mamá o como, ¿verdad? Como persona, no. Y hay que como padres entender eso, de que el deporte, más en un atleta de alto rendimiento, es muy pesado. It's very, very stressful. So, one of the important key things is don't take anything to heart. Si regañamos a sus hijos, es para el bien de ellos, porque como dice Blanca, la vida es muy difícil. Y más ahorita, la vida, it's just getting harder. And if we teach our kids to, to fight for what they believe in, to fight for what they can achieve in life, they're gonna be successful. So,
Otra cosa que quería comentar, y hoy lo comentaba con alguien, que le decía, no todos los niños que entrenan taekwondo van a ser grandes atletas, ni miembros del equipo nacional, ni del equipo de Texas, pero todos los niños, al menos yo he visto muchos, ahora que estamos con la escuela, yo he visto muchos niños que empiezan entrenando y literalmente no pueden dar una patada porque no tienen balance, porque no tienen fuerza, pero mientras los papás lo siguen llevando, el niño va progresando. No quiere decir que el niño ya es un campeón olímpico o que va a llegar a serlo, pero va creciendo el niño, o sea, va creciendo, igual que cualquier persona que empieza a hacer algo diferente en su vida. O sea, si nunca haces nada en tu vida, pues nunca vas a lograr cosas diferentes. Igual, permítanle a sus niños la oportunidad de crecer, de ser mejores, de ser
Fíjate,
algo que no... Tenemos niños que son muy tímidos, que son vergonzosos, que no les gusta hablar, pero como los involucramos en el ambiente con otros niños, los niños empiezan a cambiar y hacen su confianza, o sea, hacen, ¿cómo se dice?
your confidence, la
Su
autoestima.
self-esteem, su autoestima crece, cambian mucho. Y eso es algo que para mí es algo muy importante, de que aunque sus niños no sean grandes atletas, pero si algo cambia en su vida, que mejor, o sea, que bueno.
y eso sí, hay toda la razón. Voy a usar un ejemplo perfecto. Jimena Elizondo. Una vez nos hicieron un comentario a mí y a Betty Elizondo. Ay, al cabo, Jimena nunca va a ser una campeona olímpica. Y la respuesta de Betty fue de que tal vez no, pero va a ser alguien en esta vida. O sea, va a ser alguien que luche con lo que quiere. O sea, afortunadamente ahorita está Jimena, se va a ir a estudiar fuera. Ha hecho muchas cosas ella por sí misma, por sola, ¿me entiendes? Porque les enseña a no darse por vencidos. O sea, y ese es un gran ejemplo. O sea, también Jimena fue una excelente, ¿cómo se llama?
Atleta de
Alumna,
alto
atleta, y
rendimiento.
yo la nombré la ex Taekwondo Princess, se le quiere mucho, pero es broma entre yo y ella, pero sí, o sea, refiriéndote a eso, se hizo una vez un comentario acá, ay, Jimena nunca va a ser una campeona, ¿cómo se llama? Olímpica. Ok, tal vez no, pero
Va a ser una
va
campeona
a ser
en la vida.
en la vida, o sea, luchar contra la vida, luchar contra la realidad, o sea, de este mundo. O sea, porque no todo eso, o sea, pastel así de bonito, color de rosa, o sea, es muy, ¿cómo se llama? Difícil.
Complicado. So we're gonna open the floor to the public. If you guys have a question, vamos a dejar que ustedes hagan unas preguntas. Si alguien tiene alguna pregunta que le quiere preguntar a Diana, go right ahead. Blanca, if you have a specific question, or Zina, if you guys have a question, she's all yours.
Hi, Diana.
Hi.
A ver, I have one. What was the most emotional moment in Taekwondo of you seeing your kids?
I think the most emotional.
Where you feel very proud of them looking
Well,
at
there
them?
was several things, but like one of them that really broke my heart was when we went all the way to California. I drove like 36 hours just to get to a national tournament with the kids and other friends, and then Nina had gotten first places the previous nationals, and that time that we went,
I remember that.
she got really confident and she fought and she lost like the first match. That meant losing and going home.
Yeah.
And it was
devastating.
It was very sad for
For her.
me because she was there thinking it's easy, it's just like fighting, and I've done it before. So like it was hard for me, but she learned her lesson.
Yeah.
She learned a big lesson not to be confident, ever confident. Always work hard, always do your best wherever you're at.
Yeah.
And like Blanca always says, be humble.
Yeah, that specific tournament was really hard on all of us. It wasn't just Nina, but when we get to tournaments, there's been times where us as coaches, we get approached and we're like, they tell us like, no hombre, I already told my son he's gonna lose because you're student, you guys are very tough. So that puts a lot of pressure not only on us as coaches, but on the kids. And that specific day was one of those times where Nina felt at her best and she felt like nothing was gonna stop her. And she fought this little girl that she had never fought before. So even if you're mentally prepared, if you're physically prepared, you don't know the strategy until you step into the ring. So this little girl caught her off guard. She caught us off guard. We had never seen her. We didn't know her coaches. And it was just like, it was a reality check. And I think from there on, Nina has changed as a person. I remember coming back, and after that day, I want to say it started when she started doing like 1,000 sit-ups a day. She wanted to be better, and but she found this fire that she didn't have that puts her where she's at right now. And it's really tough because, como dice Diana, you go all this way to California, manejando, expenses, hoteles, comidas, para llegar y la primera pelea, bye-bye, vámonos. And it was really, really hard, you know.
Sí, porque este deporte son muchos sacrificios.
Yeah.
O sea, muchos sacrificios, tanto como tú dijiste, o sea, económicamente,
Emocionalmente.
nosotros, o sea, gracias a Dios nos ha ido pues bien, altas y bajas, pero como familia nos perdemos muchas veces de reuniones familiares, tanto una fiesta, bodas y cumpleaños,
Bautizo,
todo, o sea, se pierde mucho. Y las recompensas pues están los resultados de nuestros hijos, de Nina, o sea, de muchos, o sea, de los niños. Entonces sí, a mí
Y otro de los momentos que fue muy emocionante para mí fue, quiero decir, el año pasado, que estaban peleando en nacionales, y aparte que pues, lo difícil que fue para Nina dar peso y todo eso, ya estando ahí yendo para, o sea, yo me traumé un poco porque decía, son muchas competidoras. Yo creo que en el transcurso de que Nina empezó a pelear no había habido tantos participantes en sus
En la
mujeres
división.
en sus categorías hasta que entró a cadetes. Bueno, creo no, en youth. Fue la primera vez que había muchas, pero este año pasado fue muy emocionante porque eran 19 competidoras, niñas grandes, altas, y yo decía, o sea, yo estaba con el nervio, o sea, de punta de que decía, no sé cómo le vaya a ir. Sí, tienes la confianza en que tu hijo sabe pelear y está preparado, pero no sabes cómo están los otros niños, entonces siempre es un no
What
saber
if,
qué va a
yeah.
pasar. Y esa vez me acuerdo que iban a pelear ya la final en esa categoría, y no sé si fue Blanca o fue Huicho, fue Blanca, creo que me dijo, ¿sabías que si Nina que gana primer lugar va a formar parte del equipo de Estados Unidos? Y yo, ¿qué? Y yo, o sea, no, era algo que yo no lo podía creer. Yo decía, no lo puedo creer. O sea, es como que una pelea más, un nacional más, y llegar a ese nivel de decir, si tu hija gana va a quedar en el equipo. Y yo así como que me quise ir de espalda de que, ay, pues más nervio me dio ver la pelea, porque pues significaba, o sea, tenía mucho significado ese triunfo, y verla ganar fue así de que una emoción extrema, de verdad. Pero ese fue otro de los momentos muy
emotivos. Anybody else? Questions?
Bueno, para los que están viendo, for those of you that just logged in or watching this video, we are opening this time for any questions. Estamos hoy, por si alguien tiene una pregunta, a la maestra Diana o a Hiromi.
Creo que hablé más de lo que decía.
No, it's good.
Estamos
I like it.
cualquier pregunta, consejo que quieran darnos o algo que quieran decir. Le damos a unos cuantos segundos por si alguien quiere
Quiero
preguntar.
mandarle un saludo a mi suegra. Si me está viendo, suegrita, la quiero mucho.
No sé qué era lo que dijo de la abuelita que estaba enojada.
Ay, abuela.
No, pero sí es
Yo decía
cierto.
de la otra abuela.
Ah,
Y luego de la otra no era la otra.
okay. No, yes. Anybody have questions? ¿Alguien tiene preguntas? ¿Algo que quieras decir tú, Hiromi?
Diana has been,
Noni has been.
no, I'm super proud of Diana, Miguel, Mikey, Nina, Lobo. You know, they've come a long way. I remember Miguel lo hacía que me hiciera las formas, y ay, ese Miguel cómo me temblaba, y yo, no tiembles, Miguel. So me seeing them, you know, them getting their black belt at the South School with me, porque fueron años, 4 years of Monday through Friday, Saturdays, every day seeing them, you know, I'm super proud of them. And I know Mikey también. If you guys would see Mikey fight and Lobito, you guys, it's not just Nina. They have some talent, and I'm very proud of them. Yes, I'm very, very proud of them, and I'm glad that they became a part of our Saito family and part of our personal Saito family. They're like, you know, ya son Venegas Saito ellos. But I'm super proud of them, and you know, saben que cuentan con mi apoyo, y pues hay que darle duro, and now focus on, you know, keeping the positivity, and now teaching your kids, your school now, what we've been working on for these past years. So yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoy.
I wanted to say something.
Okay, go.
Before we close, I started Taekwondo at a very late age.
Yes.
Like, it's not easy, guys. I know there's people maybe watching that or might watch this later. It's not easy to start, especially when you're not that young.
Oh,
She's really old.
she's really
Yes,
old.
It's very easy for a child to learn a sport, to learn how to kick, to learn how to move, to learn something. And for us as adults, it's very complicated. I've been there. If my students are watching this, I know what you're feeling when you're trying to train, when you're trying to learn the form. I know it's very complicated, but if you never, like if you don't start something, if you don't say, I'm gonna do this because I wanna try it, I wanna do this, like just try something different. It's hard, but it's very satisfying.
Yeah.
Es muy emocionante sentirte que puedes tirar una patada. Precisamente hoy le decía a mi amiga Gris, si estás ahí, Gris, te estoy hablando a ti. Sí es difícil entrenar, es difícil entrar a una clase de sparring, pero si nunca lo intentas, nunca vas a saber que puedes hacer algo más. Yeah. Estaba practicando hace ratito con ella y yo soy más grande que ella, y le decía, tira una patada y la tira muy bien, y decía, no, es que no puedo, y es que no lo hago bien, y que soy muy lenta, y que me canso muy pronto. Todos empezamos por donde mismo, todo tiene un principio, entonces al principio obviamente todo es complicado, todo es difícil, pero como les decía, o sea, ¿para qué rendirnos? ¿Por qué rendirnos cuando podemos hacer más de lo que ya hacemos?
And let me ask you this, antes de que ya la última, did you see a change? ¿Viste algún cambio cuando entraste tú y Miguel? Cuando empezaron a hacer, o sea, las clases, ¿vieron un cambio en sus hijos? ¿Porque ustedes los motivaron o fue más así como que...?
Yo creo que si nosotros no hubiéramos entrado, hubiera sido muy diferente todo. Porque nosotros, estar ahí, nosotros sabemos lo que es, nosotros sentimos lo que es. Y el otro te decía, las primeras veces que yo fui a la clase de sparring estaba una muchacha que era mucho más joven que yo, obviamente. Yo cuando empecé tenía 31 años.
Ya tienes 10 años entrenando.
Sí, guys. Tengo muchos años. Entonces yo cuando empecé tenía 31 años, la muchacha que estaba ahí tenía yo creo unos 20 y era muy fuerte, era una muchacha muy fuerte y era cinta avanzada, yo era primeriza, entonces para mí recibir las patadas de ella, de una muchacha fuerte, más alta que yo, pues la verdad yo salía adolorida de mi abdomen, de mis costillas, literalmente me dolían las costillas porque me pegaba muy fuerte, pero me aguanté porque me gustaba. Entonces yo creo que si yo no hubiera sentido todo las patadas, el entrenamiento, lo difícil que era, yo creo que quizás mis hijos no hubieran logrado tantas cosas como hasta ahorita.
Ok. Bueno, creo que es todo. Te mandan saludos Eduardo Rodríguez, Lalo.
Hola, Lalín.
Anybody else? ¿Qué quiere hacer el mandado?
¿Quieres algo por el pan?
El Miguel Venegas. Bueno. Bueno, creo que es todo.
Yes, ma'am.
Hola, Yajaira.
So, guys, thank you guys for joining us. Next Tuesday, you're going to be doing it in black belt class? Or
I think so.
Maybe next Tuesday we'll go live with another instructor. Get some questions ready, get to know us, get to know our good and our bad. And hopefully you guys like it and you come and join and learn from us a little bit that it's okay to start late. Anything is possible if you just put your mind to it.
Y no somos lo que la gente dice de nosotros.
Oh, yeah, para nada.
Okay. No somos eso. No enseñamos dummy stands. Y no somos...
¿Qué es eso?
No más digo.
I got you, Blanca. I got you.
No, I mean, somos...
Es una familia.
Somos una familia, pienso que sí somos un poco bien abiertos. Decimos las cosas como son. Pero, sinceramente, lo que puedo decir que somos todos una familia. Nos apoyamos en las buenas y en las malas. Y algo que nos puede define, how do you say define?
Definir.
Definir es de que tratamos de ayudar cuando se requiere. So,
Hoy.
it's okay. So I think that's it. Nobody else?
No. Yeah.
Un saludo a Olympic Taekwondo Academy.
Eso, ¿quién es?
Es el Lalo.
Eduardo.
El
Saludos
Lalo.
a todos por allá. Gracias por invitarnos a la quinceañera.
Ya sé, ¿verdad?
Bueno,
Va a ver, Kiwi.
bueno, nos vemos entonces.
See you guys. I hope you like it. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.